amount of antibiotic resistance, and we already have information about how many premature deaths are caused by antibiotic resistance, so we were able to make that extrapolation.
Antibiotic resistance is now one of the fastest growing causes of deaths worldwide, responsible for an estimated 1.3 million people per year. The study argues that number could be cut if human exposure to air pollution can be reduced. With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks.
To recap the top stories, at least 36 people have died and hundreds of structures have been destroyed on Maui Island in Hawaii as a wildfire burns across parts of the popular tourist destination. A presidential candidate in Ecuador has been shot and killed at a political rally 10 days ahead of the election. Fernando Villavicencio had promised a crackdown on corruption. Hours before US President Joe Biden arrived on a scheduled trip to Utah on Wednesday, the FBI says it shot and killed a potential assassin. That's the latest feature story news. Stuart Smith reporting.
Well, bless my soul, what's wrong?
I'm Dan.
I'm TL, and we're from Blue Suede Connection.
And we're excited to be part of the KCHW family.
Bringing you 2 hours of Elvis and fun every week.
Join us every Saturday at 7 p.m. right here on 102.7 KCHW.
We are your Blue Suede Connection.
I'm all shook up.
Schedule. Good.
Tell us we will die like dogs. What? Tell us we will die like dogs.
You will die like dogs.
No, we will not die like dogs. No. We will fight like lions because we are the Three Amigos.
Good morning. It's
Good morning.
It's KCHW Morning Show. It's Three Amigo Thursday.
Finally.
Right?
Right?
Yeah. It's been forever. So,
Alan?
Yeah?
Yeah, where were you last week?
I was sleeping in, sir.
Why would you do that?
Yeah. I didn't get very much sleep the night before.
Yeah,
there was a wee bit of flamage by the house.
Oh, yeah. So that's what it was. You were a little scared of maybe an evacuation or something?
Well, no. I mean, we had gone to level 2 at one point, and by Thursday morning, the fire was pretty much completely out, and they were just monitoring and doing mop-up and stuff. But I got maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours of sleep the night before, so there was no way I could have made the show.
All right.
Not without being a zombie.
Well, that would have been fun, though.
You could have just joined the crew here, you know?
Well, it's not like I do anything anyway. But,
And you got that breathy laugh right there. We need that.
Oh, breathy.
I
like that.
The Alan giggle. I'm glad you're okay, though. I saw there
wheeze.
were some other areas that actually were up to level 3 evacuation.
There was, right at the south end of Marcus there was level 3 evacuation.
Yeah, and level 3 is
get out.
Get out now.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, but Marcus itself is like, a mile long, if that. 3/4 of a mile. So I was at the I guess it would be the north end of town on 25 there, like right on the borderline of Marcus.
Right.
And we just made it to level 2, and that was it.
I'm assuming the smoke was probably horrible. And
amazingly enough, not really.
Really?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, you couldn't see it from the house, but once you got to the end of our driveway, you could actually see flames.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
We had to book it. Me and my neighbor had to book it out of our place at Dead Man one year. And after we crossed the bridge, I turned off right there where the Boise plant is, just because we were running basically. And I stepped out of the car and I turned around and took a picture, and it was an entire wall of orange behind us. That was spooky.
Oh yeah. I remember you parking the zombie van at my house one year.
I did. I did.
I had a friend that got caught in the Paradise Fire.
Yikes.
The really big Paradise Fire. His house burnt down. He was missing, assumed dead.
Yeah.
I turned up about 5 years later when he actually died somewhere else under a new name with a new family.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hide much?
Good job, man.
Good job, dude. Except, 5 years later, he blew it.
Right?
So
Right? Gave it up. The worst part was the guy he was a musician. He had a priceless collection of mandolins worth a ton of money. And they all burned in the fire. So I think that was probably his reason for hiding.
Yikes. But how about Maui right now? That's scary.
Yes. Terrifying.
Pretty much the whole island.
People jumping into the water to get away from the fire.
It was like Coast Guard pulled a dozen of them out of the water.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
I was looking at the pictures of that earlier. It's just the whole island is
disturbing.
Just gone.
Yeah.
Some 36 people have lost their lives. It must have came on very unexpected.
Right.
Absolutely.
They're saying, yes, 36 people have lost their lives. Deadliest U.S. wildfire in recent years, even though it's off in Hawaii.
How did it start? I'm not up to date on this whole story.
I've got the story up in front of me, but they still haven't listed. Let's see. I'll scan it real quick. See.
Well, the hurricane down there is not doing him any favors either. I mean, that's just like fire fodder.
Mm-hmm.
Tourists, they're having to advise tourists to stay away. But already 11,000 tourists have left the island.
If you have to be advised to stay away, you probably shouldn't be touring anyway.
Right.
No word in this story yet that I'm seeing of what they might have started them.
Mm-hmm.
Scary stuff. Let's take a look at your weather. You got some hot stuff coming. Now, Chuck, you said you got a little rain finally yesterday.
We did. Well, there was a little bit. Well, there was some yesterday here in Chewelah. Yeah. I went to Colville last night, and it rained pretty hard. Briefly, but it rained pretty hard for, 10, 15, 20 minutes last night. It was really nice.
Something like that. The wife called me up and said it was just dumping buckets up there in Marcus.
Oh, really? Yeah, I was in Colville probably around 6 o'clock, and it was just those big raindrops that hurt.
When I was talking to her on the phone, there was like nothing happening here. I mean, the sky was dark, but that was it.
Right. But it was.
Well, looking at the forecast, if that's sorry, Chuck. What were you going to say?
I was just saying it was nice. It was great.
85 for a daytime high today. You've got some clouds this morning, give way to generally sunny skies. Winds to 10 miles per hour, down to 53 tonight. That's quite the cool off under clear skies as well. For Friday, 87 and Sunday. Now, don't forget, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, during the late night hours, you will be able to see the Perseids meteor shower. So that's going to be a big one this year. They're saying up to 100 meteors per hour.
Nice.
And that'll run Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday, 87 and 56 sunny skies. Cloudy on Saturday, they say, partly cloudy at least. You still might be able to peek through the sky and see some of that. 91 and 58. We're really going to heat things up and increase that fire danger, unfortunately. Sunday, the 13th, starts at 96 for a high temperature. And Chuck, you're going to need to watch that tower next week because we're going to see 101 on Monday, 102 on Tuesday and Wednesday, 98 on Thursday, and then it's going to cool off for next week. And right now in the 10-day forecast to the upper 80s, lower 90s. So, but you do have a good, let's say, 4-day heat wave coming your way. Be prepared for that.
Man, that's changed a lot since I did it yesterday. That's way up. Wow.
Big upgrade.
Wow.
All right. We got some goodies this morning and our morning jokes and a game of Would You Rather. But first thing I wanted to ask you guys, I wanted to play this recording. And these are strange things people have seen while driving. If you've seen something really strange, post it on Facebook and we'll try to check it before the break and see what other people have seen while driving. And you guys think of maybe a couple you've got. I've got a great one from Kettle Falls. All right. Okay. All right. But first, this is some things other people phoned in that they saw while driving.
Well, I noticed a lady driving while she was holding her baby and breastfeeding. And there was a gentleman in the passenger seat, too.
I would have to say it was an older car with a miniature pony, miniature horse in the back seat.
Hi, on the weirdest things you've seen while driving, I saw a lady paint her fingernails while she was driving.
I was 10 years old going on a trip with my mother and father, and a guy passed us playing the trumpet.
I love that one.
That was Scott.
that was me. All right, Alan, you do a lot of commuting. Any recently weird things, or maybe one from even years ago is fine.
I saw Chuck when I was driving once. That was kind of weird.
That's really weird. I'm sorry. I'll try to stay up.
No, I don't see a lot of weird things. I see a little bit of road rage every now and then, but nothing, not around here.
Of course, there's never road rage around here.
Well, yeah, because you left town, Scott.
That's true.
So, there's no more road rage.
Ain't no more road rage.
So,
Chuck, any weird stories?
The weirdest thing I've ever seen when I was driving, I grew up in Alaska, right?
Yeah.
And like every third house has their own plane. I was driving down the road after school to my friend's house, 16, 17 years old, and the plane flies really low overhead and continues to crash right in front of me in the road.
Well, that was rude.
Just right smack dab in the road. And then the guy gets out of the plane, cursing and cussing, walks across the street into his house and slams the door.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Missed my driveway again.
And then, so I was waiting there, like, what do I do? And so I ended up having to turn around and go a different way to get to my friend's house.
Because he was still just piled up in the road.
Yeah. The plane was just, it wasn't going anywhere.
Wow. Well, at least he got out of it, though. Glad he was okay.
I mean, it had a unsuccessful landing. Like, the landing gear and the wheels were all torn up and the nose was all crashed in. But yeah, it was,
wow.
It was, like, what is happening? Yeah.
Scariest one I saw, I'm going through Kettle Falls, and I'm right there before the Boise Cascade plant. And there's a police officer with a car pulled over on the left, so I kind of glance that way. And then I look back over to my side of the road, and I see a school bus, and it's got a tow tongue on it, like when people tow their RVs behind their cars. Mm-hmm. But this one is maybe an inch square piping, mm-hmm. and from maybe 1970. And in front of it, overheating, I'm like, what? And I look and I see the tow tongue on the school bus is like a 1990 Jeep Cherokee. And I start freaking out because he's got somebody pulled over on the side of the road, and I'm going, do not let this guy towing a school bus with a Cherokee take off.
Wow.
How could you not even look over and see a school bus with a hitch on the front of it and a Cherokee attached to it?
Well, he wasn't in motion.
I think it's those hippies from Marcus.
Shut up, hippie.
You're making fun of my home.
Yeah, that was scary. I would have loved to seen it going down the road, though.
Yeah.
It wasn't a 40-seater, but it was a good maybe 20 to 30-seat school bus.
Oh, it was a short bus.
And the front nose of the school bus all smashed in like it had driven into it to a bridge. But this was totally unsafe. But I couldn't believe that the police officer is giving somebody a ticket on the opposite side of the road, and not doing nothing about that bus.
Fantastic.
I think it was last year. I was in Spokane, and there was a guy in a full shark costume riding a motorcycle.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
And got pulled over. Which was
for wearing a costume?
I don't know why he got pulled over, but yeah, it was at a big long light, a lot of traffic, and we're watching the guy get pulled over, and the cops laughing, and he never took the mask off. He's sitting there still with the cop writing him a ticket with the whole mask and everything still on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
The cops just trying not to crack up. It was pretty funny.
What was that from Saturday Night Live? Land shark.
Avon calling.
All right. We'll check back at Facebook, see if anybody's given us any giggles with some of their stories. Moving on to a Would You Rather. All right, so this is kind of for you two, or maybe all of us. I'm going to give you a couple choices, and you tell me which one you would rather do this morning. Would you rather be a superhero or a famous singer? Alan, go first.
Superhero for sure.
All right, and what would be your superpower?
Being invisible.
That's so creepy in you.
The creepiest superpower of them all.
Why is that creepy? I don't understand.
Well, you could
all right, Chuck.
Definitely superhero. I think
superhero. And what would be your superpower?
I think I'd want to be able to transport anywhere at any time.
Ooh.
I think that would be a good one. Yeah. So there would be cheap vacations. You go anywhere you want, come right back.
Maybe I need to rethink it.
I'm gonna pop over to Hong Kong for lunch. I'll be right back. You know.
What was that movie, Jumpers?
Yeah.
Do you ever see that movie, Jumpers?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
I think you both chose wrong because superheroes don't get paid. I'd want to be a famous singer.
I could transport myself into bank vaults and back, Scott. I don't need to work for it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess in
I could just walk in when the doors open.
There you go.
Nobody'd see me.
Except people would see a pile of cash walking out.
Yeah.
Could
I
you
wonder
hide
how
it
that
under
actually works.
Yeah. Maybe you could like hide it under your armpit or something, and
Right.
or something else, and walk back out.
I think it'd be great though if Alan was an invisible superhero and he just randomly appeared when he couldn't control it.
Oops.
All right, next one. Be an only child or have one parent. That's horrible.
That is horrible. I don't want to make that choice.
I know. I love my sister, and I don't. Yeah. That,
Right.
How do you?
Yeah, that's a horrible choice.
No, I'm not going to make that one.
You know, it's just so I'm going to actually go with only child because my sister had, like, she was 11 years my senior.
Mm-hmm.
So I was pretty much raised as an only child anyway.
Well, I do remember chasing my sister around the house with a butter knife more than once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My sister locked me in a couple of clothes hampers.
Yeah.
She put me in a hamper with a lid on it and then sit on the lid, trap me in there.
My sister liked to sit on me and pull my hair out.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where it went.
It had nothing to do with stress.
I blame my sister.
She must have been babysitting you.
I wouldn't call it that.
I meant Alan in the hamper.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently.
Look, he's invisible.
I just put him in his kennel.
Here's another one. Have the best house, have the best house in a bad neighborhood, or have the worst house in a good neighborhood.
Ooh.
You know, I've been in both, and
yeah,
they both have their drawbacks. I think I'd rather have the worst house in a good neighborhood, but you know, mostly for the kids because it's safer.
Yeah, but people would judge you.
But, you know, we had the best house in a bad neighborhood once, and we had to do, like, a masking tape over the bullet holes, so when we called 911, they knew which ones were the new ones and which ones were the old ones.
So that's why you need to protect the Second Amendment, so you can fire back.
Yeah. But then you'd hit the
That's
neighbor's
what the
house.
holes are for.
Who did you make angry, Chuck?
There were a lot of drive-bys and stuff going on. It was not a friendly neighborhood. We didn't know.
Was this Alaska?
No, this was in Tennessee.
Tennessee?
Yeah, okay. Knoxville. It was bad.
Wow.
People say there's no bad neighborhoods in Knoxville. That is not true.
I've never been to Knoxville.
It's a beautiful city.
All right. How about look unhealthy and unattractive but be in perfect health, or look beautiful and healthy but be in extremely bad health like me?
Wait.
You're not going to agree with that.
I'd take the perfect health.
Yeah, I'm surprised by the responses on this. The majority of people said look beautiful but be in bad health.
It's horrible.
I think I'd rather be healthy.
I'd rather
attractive.
I mean, I'm already ugly. How bad can it be?
Right?
All right, next one. Chuck's already doing this. Do your dream job for a low salary. Or do a job you hate for a huge salary.
I mean, again, yeah, obviously.
I'd do the job that I hate.
Would you?
I would.
Yeah? Okay.
Because, I mean, money can't buy happiness, but it can buy you a boat.
It can. It's true,
right?
Which makes you pretty happy.
Yes.
It can reduce stress, which makes you pretty happy too.
Yeah.
I don't know. It can be stressful. Jobs can be pretty harsh on you, though.
They can.
Yeah.
But you know what? You only have to do them for a little while. You can always quit.
That's true. That's true. Save up that bank account.
Yeah.
You know what happens though? Then you end up getting divorced, and your ex takes all that money.
Because you're ugly but healthy.
You're never getting another date.
You know what though? I'm already used to being broke, so there's that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there is that.
I've made adjustments.
You're not broke. You're resourceful.
That's right.
I don't know what that means.
We'll call it that.
This one's going to be tough for the two of you. All right. Be free of awkward moments or be free of embarrassing moments.
Isn't that kind of the same thing? I mean,
kinda.
It's awkward when it's embarrassing.
Yeah, but embarrassing could lead to like jail time or cancel culture, all sorts of stuff. Where awkward people just go,
Oh God, here we go again. Dork alert.
Yeah.
I like to embrace my awkwardness, so there's that. Yeah, I'd rather be awkward.
6 one way, half a dozen the other.
Right.
I'm not going to make a call on this one.
But you could be appearing naked when your invisibility wears off, Alan. So think about that.
Well, yeah, this is true. That would just be awkward.
He's not even going to be embarrassed about it. Just like, oops.
Behold.
Hey. Depends on
I
where
am a
I'm
wild
at.
and crazy guy.
Just depends on where I'm at, Scott.
That's true.
Wow. I'm learning a lot about you.
Why are you all rolled up in carpet?
I love carpet.
Carpet. All right. 71% said be free of embarrassing moments. That was I think, our biggest spread through those. All right. Moving along this morning, it's morning jokes. All right. Let's start at the top of the pyramid. It looks like it's Alan Milani, and then we'll go Chuck, and then I'll sneak in there too.
So
Alan,
my driving instructor told me to pull over somewhere safe. After 10 minutes, he asked me why I hadn't pulled over. I said, "We're still in Idaho."
Would you mind saying that again?
Idaho. I feel pretty
Idaho?
safe over there.
That's frightfully interesting. We pronounce it Ohio.
What do you call a dog with no legs, Scott?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. He's not coming anyway.
Boo.
Boo. Boo.
Go take Fido for a drag.
Bad dog.
I can do one worse. I walked past a homo guy with a sign that said, "One day this could be you," and I put my money back in my pocket just in case he's right.
Wow.
That's kind of a moral dilemma there.
Right?
It is, yeah.
Scott, I like your background. It looks like you have many leather-bound books.
I do. Many leather-bound books.
Smells of rich
mahogany.
I feel like that's kind of our go-to movie now.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a great one.
I love lamp.
I think it's Alan.
They used to time me with a stopwatch. Now they use a calendar.
And you just proved it.
So apparently RSVPing back to a wedding invite, maybe next time, is not the correct response.
Why? I don't understand why.
That would have worked for me.
I have a cousin getting married. I hope my family's not listening to this, because I have a cousin that's getting married in October, and I got the invite, and she's like, "Don't tell anybody." And so like I have to go down there where my family is, and see my parents and everything, and not tell them why I'm there. I've got a thing I got to do tomorrow.
Yeah, but that kind of sounds like standard operating procedure for you.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? I know.
Wow,
I'm not the one getting married and not telling anybody.
Why are you here, Chuck? I can't tell you.
I can't tell you that. I could tell you, but I'd have to kill you.
You could say somebody else that they don't know.
What's that?
You could say somebody else that they don't know. Like some random friend from Alaska or something that moved there.
Oh, yeah, just some random person's getting married that I have to go to their wedding. That's why I'm dressed like this.
But Chuck knows everybody.
No.
You know a lot of people, dude.
I do.
See, I'm good at lying.
Hail to the king, baby.
What's that?
You've met a lot of famous people.
I have. I have a lot of weird interactions.
Yeah.
Like not like the normal fan things, but like
semi-charmed kind of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, here's a pickup line for guys. I'm going to share this. Used it a lot. Got lost in your eyes, but I also get lost in most department stores, so don't read too much into it.
Is that why you said that to me when we first met?
Yes.
I got lost in your eyes.
So
you do have nice eyes, Alan.
Oh, thanks, man.
That's why I try not to look that direction. I'll get hypnotized.
You guys are creeping me out.
Don't stare at him too long.
Awkward. So, when Donkey followed Shrek home and just kept talking? That's what it's like having kids.
It is.
It's also, Alan, that's kind of what it's like hiring me to do this job.
You just keep talking.
I just keep messaging him. Scott, anyway, hey, Scott, I saw a really great cat out in the alley. You should really meet him. Here's 20 pictures.
Squirrel!
It's funny because when he first started, he'd like text me and does he realize it's midnight here?
Yeah, I did actually, Scott. Sorry. Until you start texting me back, it's midnight tomorrow. I think once you actually messaged me back, one word, really?
Really? Really?
Probably.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Sorry, Scott. I don't blame you.
That's right.
So, who was the builder of King Arthur's Round Table? Do you know?
I don't.
Circumference.
I'm Circumference.
I love stupid jokes.
That was a stupid one.
I love it. Circumference.
All right. Over here in Maine, we've had 30 days of rain, and Grandma's been staring through the window ever since it started. If it gets any worse, I might have to let her in.
So, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I have kleptomania.
Oh.
But when it gets really bad, I take something for it. That's another dumb one. I like it.
Well, but I have a lot of growing up to do. I don't know if you guys noticed this. I realized that the other day inside my blanket fort. Nice. What is wrong with a blanket fort?
Nothing. If Marion wouldn't let me get away with it, I would build forts in the living room. And then I would invite her in.
If you come into our living room, we have eye bolts, big industrial eye bolts installed in our walls, and that is for our blanket fort. And we have a blanket fort kit with ropes and clips and attachments.
Get
and
out
we string the ropes across the living room, and then we hang blankets all over it, and we have a door. Yeah, it's fantastic. It
sounds more like a haunted house.
It's phenomenal.
That's not what it sounds like to me.
and then we can go into the blanket fort and watch movies.
Yeah.
It's a blanket fort, Scott. It's for parties.
Remember that saying, life is like a box of chocolates?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? It doesn't last long if you're fat.
Ouch.
Apparently, smoking cannabis can affect your short-term memory. Wait, where was I? Well, if that's true, what do you think smoking cannabis does?
What did you just say?
Yeah, right. Wait, where was I?
What? I looked at my horoscope this morning, and I'm not sure I'm ready for the day today.
Yeah? Why?
That was the joke.
That was it?
That was just the joke.
That's not the joke. You got to finish it. Of course, Alan should have done this one.
Oh, my goodness. Yes. I didn't. I'm sorry. I thought it was. It said your lucky color this week is invisible. Good luck incorporating that into your wardrobe, Alan.
Right.
You should have done that. I'm sorry. I didn't see the next line.
Scott thought it was invisible once. Turns out
that's what the three dots signified, that was a vocal pause, and then your joke came in.
Oh, God, here we go again. Dork alert.
Hey, we'll get this thing down yet.
One day.
One day
I'll get this.
All right, another game. Today. This one's called Pick the Worst. Alan, you're up first. What do you want? You got to choose a mullet or an even bigger beer gut.
I would rather have the mullet. Thank you.
51% chose the mullet, just like Alan.
Yeah.
Chuck.
I spent many of my years with a skullet, so I'm going to go with beer gut because I've seen those pictures and I have no idea what I was thinking.
You can't have a mullet with one hair.
Did you, when you were rocking the skullet, did you ever just stop, look in the mirror, and go, "I look good"?
No, actually, no. I wanted to cut it for years, and at one point, my wife was like, "Oh, I like it like that," so I never cut it.
Really?
The first time, she's like, "Are you ever going to cut that off?" I did. I immediately walked in the bathroom and shaved my head.
Well, she just probably didn't want to have to worry about anybody else hitting on you.
Right. Yeah, probably. It worked.
She kept you snowed for years.
I wish you could pull it up and throw it on the camera. That picture of you, where you have the long hair and the pointed goatee and the curly mustache. You look like the guy from
with the top hat.
Yeah.
No, he's not. You got really long, curly, bushy hair. You look like Guy Fawkes?
Okay. Well,
remember the 5th of November?
Yeah. I wouldn't go that far, but like maybe the Vegas years Guy Fawkes.
If he were to grow it out right now, he'd look like Gallagher.
Right? It's better than before I lost weight. A lot of people said Chumley.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah.
Yikes.
It offended me at the time, but now looking back at the pictures, it's fair.
You know what? He was rich.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
He
But also
money.
very dumb.
There's worse to be.
That's true.
Compared to.
There's worse than Chumley?
Yeah, there are pictures of me in the 80s, though, as a young child with the flat top skullet.
Yeah.
Or the flat top mullet, like full on, and the lightning bolts shaved in the side.
Really?
And some like hot pink leather spandex. Yeah.
Now we know how the movie Joe Dirt originated.
Right? That was in the Brian Bosworth years,
80s.
Yeah. Everyone wanted to be the Boz.
80s were cool.
Yeah.
All right. Then this one's for you, Chuck. You get to pick the worst of these. Your wife dumps you or Scott fires you.
Wait, the dating scene these days is absolutely horrifying, so I think I'd rather be fired by you, Scott.
How do you know that?
Because I've heard the stories.
Oh.
And I see things online, and I'm like, nope, not for me, thanks.
Yeah, you can't believe everything you see on the internet.
Yeah, that's true.
I have no idea.
It does take a while, but look, I found Marion.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's actually true.
Only took 8 years.
Does Marion count you as a rescue?
She does. I'm a pet rescue. It's got to go to the vet a lot, but it's okay. I had him neutered.
Nice.
He had some issues at first, but once he stopped peeing in the carpet, he was okay.
I still like it though when she swats me with the newspaper.
Wow.
I'm getting hot now. Look at that.
Secrets are coming out.
Me too.
Look at part of me is disappearing like Alan.
That's why you don't wear a green shirt when you have the background.
A green screen. Green screen.
Yeah. It didn't help. All right, there we go. Let's see. Next one. Sitting next to a very smelly person on a plane who keeps sneezing, or sitting next to a very fat person on a plane that takes up half your seat. Which is the worst?
Wow.
I'd rather sit next to the person that takes up half my seat.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to be
Sounds
that
like the other
person.
guy's got COVID.
I don't want to be sneezed on.
No.
That's just gross. Sounds like an episode of Fear Factor.
That'd be awesome.
They should bring that show back. Yeah.
People. I'm just trying to get to Hawaii.
Ew.
All right. Eating 52 hard-boiled eggs. Oh. Or eating 52 hot dogs. Which is worse?
It depends. Would it be us eating it, or would we be in the same room with somebody that just ate all those?
You have to sit next to them.
Sitting next to them, I'd rather be next to the hot dogs.
Yeah,
Eating
me too.
them, I'd rather have the eggs.
For sure.
Hard-boiled eggs stink.
But they stink so good.
Yeah, they stink a couple of times.
I just had 52 hard-boiled eggs.
Hail to the king, baby.
But the worst thing in the world is bringing the deviled eggs to the party and everyone else gets them before you get to them.
Oh, that's bad news.
We did that once at Thanksgiving at my in-laws, and someone there, the one person ate every single deviled egg, like 25 of them. And man, we were angry. Yeah.
Wow.
So angry.
That's nasty.
Yeah. I have no idea how he did it.
I mean, the eggs are good.
Yeah.
I could probably eat 25 also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to skip the next one. It was like, what's worse, commercials before a movie or junk mail? Obviously junk mail, right?
I like the commercials before a movie.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
I just want to get to the point.
I like seeing the previews of the cool movies because that's when you see the new ones, that you haven't seen the previews for because they haven't hit online yet. Yeah.
I just saw the preview for the new Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? It looks good.
No, was it before the Barbie movie when you went to see that?
No.
No, okay.
No, it was before the other one that everybody thinks they're trying to ban.
Oh yeah, the
Sound of Freedom.
Yeah. It's not banned anywhere.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people like it though, so that's good.
It's a good movie. It's kind of an eye opener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
They throw some stats in there at the end, and it's
Same with the Barbie movie.
Really? Throw some stats in at the end.
Actually, I did go to see that at the drive-in last weekend.
Yeah.
Place was in Colville, absolutely packed.
Really?
You couldn't. We had to park off to the side.
Yeah, that's where we went for the Sound of Freedom.
Yeah. It was crazy. But then the Meg 2 was afterwards, the shark movie. The place cleared out. It was empty. Everyone went just to see the Barbie movie.
Are actors still on strike?
Yeah.
So we're going to get... So did you notice that the quality of the movies kind of went downhill a little bit after COVID?
Yeah.
Totally.
Right?
Yep, they did.
Now they're starting to bounce back a little bit now. So now we're going to have another year full of B movies.
Yep.
And unknown actors.
Well, they're gonna, how long is it gonna take them to recoup from that? And they might have some in the can that when the strike ends that they can throw out, because what I read is they are not releasing some new movies that they have ready because of the strike. They can't send the actors out for their promotional tours in the big cities before the movie's released, so that they'll be holding some of those back. But things were bad enough. I think it's going to make it much worse. AMC came out yesterday and said they're near insolvency. So the movie theaters had to go through COVID, and now the strike is going to hit them really hard. How are they going to survive?
Well, I wonder if they can play like we're going to see an older movie that's being replayed next week, and that'll be cool.
Yeah,
like an old classic movie that's going to be playing in the theaters again.
At the drive-in or at the
in Spokane?
Oh, in Spokane. Yeah.
So that'll be fun though.
They've got all the fancy theaters there.
Yeah.
I really like going to the Alpine.
That's the one in Colville.
Colville.
Yeah.
I haven't been to the drive-in up there. I want to go too. I mean, that's kind of a disappearing thing.
It is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it really is. I love going there.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Pick the worst: hitting your funny bone, standing up and realizing your foot has fallen asleep.
Ooh. I've been there on both of them, and I'll tell you what, I would take the funny bone over the dead leg.
Really?
100 times. Yeah.
I'd rather. I mean, I get the dead leg all the time anyway, so that's normal.
I usually only get it in certain rooms in the house. Yeah.
You've been sitting too long.
The one with the ceramic seat.
Alan.
Yeah.
Alan.
I can't get up.
Are you done in there?
Makes it kind of hard to exit.
You've been in there 3 hours, Alan. I need the bathroom.
It's still asleep. All right, last one. Bee sting or splinter? And it's one of those splinters that go in, and then you try to pull it out, and it breaks off and leaves a part inside.
Yeah, I'd rather have a bee sting.
I'd rather have a bee sting than that. Yeah,
me too.
Yeah, yeah, those are awesome.
Although 72% of people chose bee sting as being worse, I'm guessing those are the allergic people.
Probably.
EpiPen.
It was a few years ago. We were having our house painted, and the guy was disturbing all the wasp nests and everything running. And it was a bad year for wasps anyway. And I got stung so many times that summer that it stopped even bothering me. I'm like, oh, I got stung again. It just became normal. It was bizarre. It was like 2 or 3 times a day for like a solid month.
The Man of Steel.
Crazy.
Well, here's how unfair it is to me, is I'm not allergic to bees. I have lots of allergies. Bees hardly bother me at all, but a beer gives me anaphylactic shock.
That's horrible.
That is.
No, honestly, that is horrible.
And every time the doctor asks you what you're allergic to, when you get a new doctor and I tell them, they're like, that's horrible.
Is beer the only alcohol that you're allergic to?
It is. Luckily, I can drink wine and hard liquor.
I can drink a vodka all day.
And I started before
and he does.
All right, we'll wrap it up right here with a weird ick. And this was from a girl. She posted online. She said, the new ick is guys using umbrellas. You're a man. Why do you need an umbrella? So is an umbrella okay or not for a guy?
I think it's okay.
Why wouldn't it be okay?
I mean,
what's icky about
it?
Like,
men have always used umbrellas, haven't we? Like,
well, yeah.
You know, like if I'm going from the parking lot to the store, you know, I don't care. But if I'm going somewhere nice and I got, you know, some nice clothes on, and I don't want to get all wet, you know, I'll use an umbrella.
Oh. Well, and it's relatively assured that men invented the umbrella.
Right?
And the wheel.
And the wheel. Fire.
Fire. Stupid jokes.
Stupid jokes.
That's the one we're most proud of, though.
we only have stupid jokes so we don't have to bond.
Right. Yeah. Or is that how we bond?
It's a defense mechanism.
I think it's how we bond. I think it's how we bond, Alan.
Nobody wants to hang out with a person that has stupid jokes.
Do you want to get together and tell stupid jokes, Alan?
Stupid jokes.
That's what we're doing right now.
One-liners. Yeah. This show is a joke.
Alan, you can be invisible and chuckle. It would jump you around to different places.
So there's a guy around town. I love him to death. He's a friend of mine's husband. Well, I guess now he's a friend of mine too. Every time you see him, he has a bad dad joke.
Yeah.
Every time. So I saw him the other day, and I walked up. I'm like, all right, man, lay it on me. He reaches into his back pocket, and you know those like joke-a-day calendars?
Yeah.
He pulls out like a wad of these joke-a-day calendar jokes, and I sat there and I read through them all, and it was magnificent.
Nice.
Love that guy.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're talking about Roger?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was really funny is I would run into him all the time, and he'd always, share a joke with me, maybe hoping I would do it on the radio.
Yeah,
and he usually caught me with Sammy, my daughter. And so we're on the sidewalk in front of one of the stores downtown, and we run into him, and he tells us a couple jokes, and he walks away, and I lean down to Sammy. I don't know, she's maybe about 6 right then, and I said, "That's the guy that writes all the jokes inside of Laffy Taffy's."
Yes.
I think, and she believed. So every time she saw Roger, she'd just be like,
I like Roger.
We need to get him on the show. He needs to do a weekly thing and
like
have
segment.
Have a joke section with Roger. I think that'd be fantastic.
So they had stand-up comedy night at the Chuyo Center for the Arts before COVID, and Roger did a bit, and he had sheets of them, and he first started off and he was doing some really bad ones, and it wasn't getting very many chuckles. But the great gimmick of it was he just kept going, like 100 of them, and the longer he went, the funnier they got. It was pretty awesome.
Like an episode of Family Guy.
Yeah.
It's not funny, but then they just keep going until it becomes funny.
Kind of like this show.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Little head-to-head action. Here we go.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
And Alan,
right, you guys ready for this?
Yeah. The writer's strike, though, Alan, has made these questions very easy.
Uh-oh.
Trivia writers aren't on strike, just so you know, Chuck.
For whom?
Right?
Yeah.
You know, I've talked before, though, about how I'm a big Jeopardy fan. You know, we watch Jeopardy every night. The questions on Jeopardy since the writer's strike has started have been really bizarre.
Really?
Like varying from that question is so dumb. Why would you answer that? Why would you ask that on Jeopardy? To oh my God, absolutely nobody on the planet would know that question. So it's interesting.
Weird.
Yeah.
All right, first one for you guys. In May of 1987, Major League Baseball history was made when what was thrown out of a game?
A coach, a manager.
I'm gonna say an umpire.
Say that again, Chuck.
An umpire.
Umpire? No.
Yeah.
A mascot.
There you go, Alan. Good job.
Nice.
The airplane, chewing gum, and beer can, the cash register, Play-Doh, and the vacuum cleaner all have what in common?
Germs.
You guys will never get this.
That's a lot. That's a long list of stuff.
It's a long list. You'll never get it.
They're all
$1 million.
They're all things.
You're way off. I say you're way off this time, son.
They all contain plastic?
They were all invented in a particular state.
Oh.
Indiana.
You're close.
They've got free time on their hands there.
Ohio.
There you go, Chuck. Woo-hoo! I can't believe it. I owe you $1 million.
In the Northwest, we call it Idaho.
Right?
That's right. We just learned that.
Would you mind saying that again?
Idaho?
That's frightfully interesting. We pronounce it Ohio.
Yeah. There are 25.5 million of these in the U.S. China has 6.1 million. Japan, 3.3 million. Canada, 2.2 million. It's a type of person.
Kleptomaniac? Is that what we're looking for here?
Kinda.
A type of person.
I was going to say egomaniac, but that number is way too small.
Yeah. America has the most of these type of people.
And it's 25 million?
Yep.
Rich people?
Yeah, I'll take that. Millionaires.
Okay. Wow. 25 million millionaires?
That I feel outnumbered.
But a millionaire isn't what it was when we were young.
It's still a million.
Right. But a million, I mean, I guess that's still a lot of money.
It's a lot of money,
I'd
dude.
take $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not me. I want more.
I want more. $1 billion.
But it used to be you get $1 million and you could just do whatever you wanted. You'd live forever. But now you still have to watch your spending. If you got $1 million one time payment, you got to watch that.
You got to have a good investment.
Yeah.
Something that'll grow it.
Yep.
All right. Spy the lie. When he was alive, Saddam Hussein often consulted with as many as 7 fortune tellers. Roughly 22% of Americans fear the number of 13. And at its peak, the Eureka Vacuum Cleaner Company once employed 3,000 door-to-door salesmen. Which one's a lie?
Saddam.
Yeah, I think the Saddam thing sounds fake.
He only used 6. He never went to 7.
Yeah.
He's disappointed. We got it wrong.
So disappointed.
He is.
Oh, no! We suck again!
It must be the Kirby thing.
All right, second chance.
Kirby.
I believe it was not Kirby. It was
whoever it was. The vacuum thing.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate and go with the 13 one because I think that number is too low actually.
Head to head.
Yeah.
And Chuck, you're right, but you're wrong.
Oh, okay.
It's lower. Only 9% afraid of the number 13.
Oh.
Wow.
Friday the 13th actually used to be considered good luck.
Oh.
It was during the whole pagan scare thing that it got switched.
The pagan scare
Alan's so scared he skips the number 13 when he counts.
Right. They still don't put a 13th floor in most hotels.
Yeah. Right.
Stuff in most buildings. Tall buildings.
Why would you cater to the 9%?
But if you do have one that has a short 13th floor, there's always a closet with John Malkovich in there.
Really?
Where you can be John Malkovich, yeah.
Nice.
That ain't creepy at all.
True story.
All right. Well, this is a trivia question. While 63% of us want to see this, 32% definitely don't, and 5% don't know. See what?
The new Barbie movie.
It's a tough one. I don't even know what to give you for a hint.
I'm actually
63% of us hope we'll make it to see this. 32% definitely don't want to see this, and 5% don't know. What are they talking about seeing?
Our 100th birthday.
Oh. And wow. And now I'm really kind of concerned, Alan, that you might be cheating.
There it is. That's it.
Nice.
Cheater's justice. Oh,
nice.
There you go. No!
That's just a stab in the dark.
Stab in the dark. Good job. I'll give you applause.
You're going down today, Chuck.
I am.
You're going down today.
Smoking me today.
Yeah.
Even the one I got right, I got wrong.
According to a survey, 12% of women say this is not allowed on Thanksgiving.
Scott.
Oh,
sorry. Wait, did I say that out loud?
You didn't even hesitate.
Sorry. I don't know what I was thinking.
You didn't even let him finish the question.
Undoing the top button of your pants.
I'm gonna. What percentage of women don't allow it?
12.
I'm gonna say football.
And you'd be right, Chuck. There you go. Good job. All right.
That was my 100 today.
Let's see.
Because Chuck never
We're going to
gets to
save
watch
the answer
football
wrong
on
and win. This one's fun. Guess the word that's missing from the real news headline. Train makes emergency stop due to blank on the tracks.
Bacon grease.
I'll give you some choices. Houseplant, pinball machine, stuffed penguin.
Oh, I hope it's a pinball machine.
Makes an
Alan?
emergency stop? Well, I mean, it could go right through that. I wouldn't want to hit a penguin, to be honest with you.
Right.
So let's say penguin.
You would feel so bad.
Yeah. I'd feel horrible.
It is a stuffed penguin. Good job.
Oh, okay. Oh, a stuffed penguin?
Stuffed.
An estimated.
Stuffed.
An estimated.
On the track. Yeah. Not stuffed.
I can't hear you when we talk at the same time.
Yeah. Well, quit talking, Scott.
Okay. What do you want to say?
No, I said, he asked me if it was a stuffed penguin. I said, no, it's a stuck penguin.
No, it was stuffed.
Oh, stuffed? I would run that thing over.
Oh, well, now I just feel dumb for getting the right answer.
I wouldn't want to hit that.
So did the train connector. Estimated 49 countries around the world grow what?
Weed.
Wow.
Weed. Wow.
Is that
Estimated
low?
49. Let's see, what can I give you for a hint?
I was going to go with potatoes.
We all love it for breakfast.
Potatoes.
For breakfast?
Yeah.
Well, I guess hash browns. Yeah. That's a potato.
Home fries?
Yeah.
Come on now. Leftover mashed potatoes with a fried egg?
So how many repeat the
49.
question again? 49
49%.
countries grow this?
Yes.
Oats?
It's expensive.
Oats?
Saffron?
No.
Everything's expensive now. They grow this.
It's one of the more expensive, I think, foods that we buy unless you start counting like lobster and steak.
Vanilla.
Oh,
that's a good guess. You're close, Chuck.
And it's specifically breakfast?
No, you can drink it all day. Oh, I just gave it away. You can drink it all day long.
Coffee.
Coffee. Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody gets points for that. Since
No,
I
I'm
messed
taking
up.
the points.
No.
I'm not proud. I'm taking them.
Let's see. This is a question for dummies. About 2.5 billion of these are planted in the U.S. each year. I bet you both can get it.
2.5 billion are planted?
Yes.
Zucchini plants.
Wow. Where'd that come from?
Because everyone has zucchini.
How about
Alan? Save him.
How about corn? Corn? No.
Oh no! We suck again!
Cannabis plants?
2.5 billion trees are planted in the U.S. each year. Told you it was easy.
You got weed on your mind today.
Agriculture.
You said you were tired when you came in today.
I am tired. That's why my answers don't make any sense.
That's why I got stoned before I came in.
Hey, we'll be going to break in a minute, and you can have your fatty, Alan. Be careful, though. Carpet might be free today.
Yeah, that's exactly why I don't smoke.
All right, we're going to let you go with answer wrong and win, boys. First one for you, Alan. What color are the White Castle restaurants?
Which restaurant? White Castle?
Yeah.
Aren't they green?
Green. Mm-hmm. Chuck, the centerpiece food item at many Thanksgiving meals is what?
A stuffed penguin.
Or football.
Alan, what do you use to cut your grass?
Scissors. Keeps me out of the other chores.
What company's logo is the Golden Arches?
Burger King.
Okay. And Alan, I guess we're back to you. The primary navigation directions are north, south, east, west, and
south, north.
South, north.
I don't know.
That's great. Go ahead, make your jokes, Mister Jokey, joke maker.
All right, we come back. We've got some great bits and breaks for you, some fun stuff, and we always wrap it up with the odd news. Come back with the Three Amigos. It's KCHW 102.7.
Yeah, well, you're gonna smell like a cab driver. Not to say that that's bad.
I remember.
So, Bobby, did they ever catch that gorilla what escaped from the zoo and punched you in the eye?
It's 8:19.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chihuahua. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
This is KCHW, Chihuahua, 102.7 FM.
You're listening to 102.7 KCHW, Chihuahua.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, August the 10th, 2023. I'm Mike Clifford. The next presidential election still about 15 months away, but New Mexico election officials are absorbing the latest details about a fake elector scheme from 4 years ago. It involved the Land of Enchantment.
New Mexico is one of 7 battleground states where former President Donald Trump and his Republican allies are accused of trying to persuade state officials to illegally swing the election in his favor. David Becker with the Center for Election Innovation and Research says as the next contest approaches, election workers still face fallout from 3 years ago.
They are still dealing with this stuff. They are still suffering. They are still being harassed. They're still being attacked. That's the state we're in now. In early August, 15 months before a presidential election.
New Mexico's 5 fake electors have yet to be charged with any crimes related to their interference. I'm Roz Brown.
In 2020, Trump and his legal team filed a lawsuit in U.S. District Court in New Mexico. They claimed the state broke the law when it allowed drop boxes to be part of the voting process. Now from the Associated Press, a wildfire tore through the heart of the Hawaiian island of Maui in total darkness on Wednesday, reducing much of a historic town to ash and forcing people to jump into the ocean to flee the flames. At least 6 people died and dozens were wounded. The acting governor urged travelers to stay away. This is not a safe place to be, she said. The AP reports the wind-driven wildfire swept into coastal Lahaina with alarming speed and ferocity, blazing through intersections and leaping across wooden buildings in the town center. Meantime, business leaders in the state of Maine are working to raise awareness of the growing number of climate change-related job opportunities.
The state's recent approval of a new offshore wind energy industry and growing solar industry will require a steady pipeline of STEM-trained workers, but not necessarily those with a 4-year college degree. Philip Jordan with BW Partnership says Mainers would benefit from educational opportunities that highlight the certifications and skills required for the growing green energy sector.
We're not talking, that everybody needs to know calculus, but you need to be pretty proficient in algebra in order to really have most jobs that are related to this climate transition.
Jordan says despite increased federal funding to build the green economy and the high-wage jobs it provides, many young workers lack the STEM proficiency to be considered for union and apprenticeship programs. I'm Catherine Carley reporting.
Maine has set an ambitious climate goal of reaching net zero emissions by 2045. Employers say the state's workforce shortage could hinder that plan. This is Public News Service. Democratic Nevada Senator Catherine Cortez Masto recently met with reproductive rights advocates to discuss the need to ensure all Nevada women have access to birth control without a prescription. More on the story from our Alex Gonzalez.
In July, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration approved the first birth control pill, which is said to be made available over the counter in early 2024. The price for the drug has yet to be released. Cortez Masto emphasized the need for her reintroduced Affordability is Access Act, which would ensure women have affordable access to over-the-counter birth control without a prescription.
And this is the legislation I've introduced, is to make it sure it is affordable. So to ensure that our insurance companies keep the costs low. Just like on the Affordable Care Act marketplace, we want to ensure that women can access contraception over the counter and it's affordable for them.
Cortez Masto says the biggest barrier for many is cost. She adds she's proud that Nevada has remained a pro-choice state and realizes many women are coming to Nevada in search of reproductive health care services.
And this week is National Health Center Week. These facilities help close gaps in underserved communities. Leaders hope recruiting efforts and pleas for federal funding pay off as they try to meet demand.
Last year, community health centers served a record 31.5 million patients in places such as rural areas, communities of color, and tribal areas. Shelley Ted Naple with the Community Healthcare Association of the Dakotas says, like other sectors, they face pressure in finding enough staff members to keep centers operating.
The resources are there, the desire's there, the need's there. It's just the challenge of recruiting folks.
Her organization hopes to expand outreach to convince more people to enter these fields. I'm Mike Moen.
While federal funding is a concern, North Dakota this year did approve $2 million in new funding for health centers. Finally, Mark Moran lets us know the Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks Department is coming up with a new wolf management plan, but there is disagreement over how the animals are being counted.
Montana Fish and Wildlife says hunters and trappers took 248 wolves in the state last year, far below the allowed quota of 450. A higher number of wolves in Montana, combined with extending the hunting season to 6 months, has drawn criticism from people who love wolves but who don't hunt them. Mark Cook, with the group Wolves of the Rockies, says the state's keeping so-called non-consumptive wolf supporters out of the counting process, playing to big game hunting interests instead.
And by doing this, what it's doing is it's commercializing our wildlife.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Here's on interesting radio stations, your favorite podcast platform. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
Don't forget, you can listen online too at kchw.org.
We are the Three Amigos!
I have to push that really quick before Chuck starts talking.
I noticed that. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. I need it. I need the reminder.
All right, thanks for joining us. Three Amigos Thursday. We got Alan Milani, Chuck Ritchie, and myself, Scott Allen. Do you like my background, Alan? Is it tripping you out now?
I'm having flashbacks.
I mean, he did show up today, Stone, so there's that.
Yeah.
Right. Looking for some local birthdays from one of you guys in the studio.
Today we are drawing a big blank, sir.
Really?
Yeah,
really?
all dried up. Nothing.
Nobody was born today.
It's a good time when we have that where there's nobody on the calendar to remind you, because we're headed in that direction too. Every year, the Lions Club, as a fundraiser, puts together the Lions Club birthday calendar. You can do family events in there. You can do birthdays in memoriam. You can do events for your group, much more. I'm not sure what they're charging. In the past, it's been $10 an entry. And you can go to our website at kchw.org, and there's a link to the Lions Club and a PDF you can download to get yourself into the birthday calendar.
Sweet. Yeah. And if it is your birthday, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
All right. Celebrity birthdays today, Chuck.
Yeah, Rosanna Arquette is 64. Antonio Banderas is 63. Arthur Susan Collins from The Hunger Games is 61. Justin Theroux is 52. Angie Hartman from Law & Order is 51. June Shannon from Here Comes Honey Boo Boo, I believe that's the mom, is 44. I thought she was much older than that. Sorry, June. Joanna Garcia is 44. Ryan Eggold from The Blacklist and Redemption is 39. Charlie Kuntz is 36. Lucas Till from MacGyver and Alan's favorite, the Hannah Montana movie, is 33. Yeah, here. Kylie Jenner is 26. And Jeremy Maguire from Modern Family is 12.
Sorry. Yeah.
Alan, why are you coughing?
Yeah. Yeah. The whole Hannah Montana thing that kind of upset my tummy.
Didn't want anybody to know he loves that movie.
Yeah.
I gave away.
All right, on to It Happened Today. We call it history. 1846, Smithsonian Institution was chartered by the U.S. Congress after $500,000 was given for such a purpose by scientist James Smithson. 1981, head of the John Walsh's son, Adam, was found in Hollywood, Florida. The event would later prompt the U.S. Congress to pass the Missing Children's Act. Sorry, that one's kind of gruesome.
Yep.
1999, 32-year-old Egyptian man pronounced dead after drowning regained consciousness after spending 3 hours in a morgue fridge.
Ooh. Surprise!
Wow. 2003, Yuri Ivanovic became the first person to marry in space. His bride, though, was stuck on Earth.
How does that work?
Zoom. I think they use Zoom.
How do you kiss the bride?
Just the new.
Let's see. Lee Sung-soop in 2005 died from exhaustion in South Korea after playing the computer game StarCraft continuously for 49 hours. I didn't know video games could kill you.
No soup for you.
Check on your kids, people.
Wow.
Sorry.
Did you really say that?
Sorry. Yeah. I like StarCraft. That was actually kind of a cool video game.
Yeah. 2008, American swimmer Michael Phelps won the first of a record 8 gold medals in the Beijing Olympics by smashing his own world record in the 400-meter individual medley.
Nice.
All right. Here we go back to penguins. 2014, fossils of a new species of giant penguin were found on Seymour Island in Antarctica. The penguins lived about 40 million years ago and likely weighed 250 pounds.
Whoa.
Wow.
So that thing on Batman, the penguin, that was true?
It was true.
He lives in the sewers.
A rotund waterfowl.
Yes.
2017, a 100-year-old fruitcake by Huntley and Palmer's was deemed almost edible after being discovered in a hut used by Captain Scott's expedition in Antarctica.
Almost edible. That's better than the current ones.
I wonder if it's still there.
Wow.
Let's see. Amid rumors, 2021, COVID-19 vaccines could turn people into zombies. I Am Legend screenwriter Akiva Goldsmith tweeted, "It's a movie. I made it up. Not real."
Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm. All people would love this one today. Well, some people, 2022. Thousands of cans of tasty Bud Light lost their lives during a tragic accident in Louisville, Kentucky. Local media reported a semi-full of Bud Light crash, sending the cases and Bud Light cans pouring from the truck. People actually pulled over and started scooping them into their cars. All right, special events with Alan Maloney.
Duran Duran Appreciation Day.
How do you do that?
I like to listen to Duran Duran when I'm watching Hannah Montana.
There you go.
Yeah.
Make you hungry like the wolf?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Make
right.
you wish you were in Rio?
It's a vlogging day.
What's that?
Video blog.
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Kind of a mashup there.
I don't think vlogging is a thing anymore, is it?
It's
just
don't
TikTok
know.
now.
Probably.
All restaurants are TikTok.
Are they?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
Lazy Day.
Easy.
Fair.
S'mores Day. Spoil Your Dog Day.
Every day.
Smithsonian Day. And World Lion Day.
Wow. Chuck, the number of the day.
1636. That's the year the oldest college in America was founded. That would be Harvard University. The College of William and Mary was founded in 1693. So that would be the second oldest, I guess.
Harvard.
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 Go park your car over at Harvard in the yard.
Go park your car at Harvard.
All right, news and nuggets. These are news stories from the lighter side. Take heart in this. Almost all of us are on-the-job procrastinators, and it's estimated that 90% of college students procrastinate. Why? We've created the perfect environment for procrastination with lots of distractions that include social media, email, and streaming videos. Now it's easy to look busy while we put off doing what we really should be doing.
I was going to procrastinate. I decided to do it later.
Yeah. When did procrastinate get a silent R? What's going on there, Scott?
Sorry. Thanks for pointing that out to everyone, Alan.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. I do what I can, Just try to maintain integrity in the show.
I'm going to agree with that whole thing, though, because years ago I used to have a website selling audio products, and then YouTube ruined it all. But I would notice that on Monday mornings I'd have a huge spike in sales, and I think it was because people would show up to work on Monday and not want to go to work and start surfing the web. It's a theory.
That's fair. That's what I do here.
That is a theory.
I show up and then
surf the web.
It's 12:15. I'm like, oh, I have to do announcements. No, I don't do that. Not every day.
Not every day. All right, I threw us off by going when I shouldn't have, so Alan, go next and get us back in order.
Yeah, it's not really cool. After a run of 31 drawings without a jackpot winner, the 32nd drawing of the multi-state Mega Millions game produced a single $1.58 billion winner Tuesday night when one lottery ticket sold in Florida matched all 5 numbers plus the Mega Ball. Wow. After all taxes are paid, the winner either will receive $996.5 million by the end of 29 years, or $493.5 million in cash all at once.
Ooh. That makes me $996.5 million is so close to $1 billion. I think we should start a GoFundMe for him.
Right?
Just to get up that last little 3.5.
Well, you need it nowadays. 996.5 million wouldn't go very far.
Right, but they have to give up half of it to get it all at once.
Isn't that crazy?
Might be worth it, though.
Yeah.
So this one's for people that are into dirt, all you dirty people out there. A new study published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences calculated that 59% of species on the planet live in the soil for at least one part of their lives. That's significantly upward from the previous estimate of 25%. The animals that mostly rely on soil for their habitat are potworms, where 98.6% of potworm species spend their lives in soil, while the class of animals that least rely on soil is mammals, where 4% of mammals live in the soil.
Getting married is better for you. Well, lucky. Yeah. Although, people who have exchanged wedding vows tend to be healthier than their single, divorced, or widowed peers, but research found that the health gap may be narrowing. Interviews with today's never-married men suggest they are healthier than never-married guys were 3 decades ago. So we're catching up if you're single, I guess. Oh. You're catching up.
How does that fare with each successive marriage?
I don't know. I'm pretty broke down.
You were just waiting for the right one, Scott.
That's right.
Well, maybe crickets will help.
Yeah.
Okay.
While many people are squeamish about the idea of eating insects, the health benefits might make it worthwhile. According to a clinical trial from the University of Wisconsin-Madison, consuming crickets can have a positive impact on your gut health and reduce inflammation in the body. The study examined 20 healthy adults aged 18 to 48 over a 6-week period in order to assess the effects of eating cricket powder. I hope that's ground up crickets. Mm-hmm. What researchers discovered after analyzing the results is that although participants reported no significant gastrointestinal changes, there was an increase in a metabolic enzyme associated with gut health, as well as an abundance of good bacteria in the gut.
Oh. You know, we're one of the only cultures in the world that doesn't consume insects.
Oh, we're eating them. You just don't know about
that's true. Well, we eat lobsters. That's basically a sea bug.
Right? I love lobster.
Yeah,
they're tasty sea bugs.
Good sea bug.
Yeah. I wonder if crustaceans like that are close to the spider family. Because they kind of look like them in a way.
They have 8 legs. They meet every qualification of a spider. They just live in the water.
They're a water spider.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know my cat, whenever she spots a spider, she goes nuts. Like it's the most delicious treat in the world. So.
And you live in Maine now, so your yard's full of lobsters, right? How does the cat respond to that? Yeah. They're just everywhere, right?
She usually comes in at least once a day with one clamped onto her tail.
Yeah.
Nice.
You drive down the street, the bump, as you're driving over the lobsters.
Yes.
Yeah. That's how I.
It's better in Wyoming where it's rabbits. All right, I think it's Chuck.
Okay, yeah. So they say the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. In my case, it's just weeds. But don't tell that to the 4 in 10 American homeowners. That would be 38% trying to make their yard the best one on the block. This survey says homeowners examined just how competitive people get over their front yards and found the average person would spend nearly $1,000 if it meant their outdoor space would automatically be the finest in the neighborhood. The study also showed that competition can take the toll, with 77% saying they feel pressure to keep their yards and outdoor spaces in tip-top shape. So much pressure, in fact, that the homeowners say they spend 5 hours every week in the warmer months working in their yard. Then 41% of homeowners admit to doing an improvement in their yard only to one-up a neighbor. Take that. For most homeowners, yard work isn't exactly work, as 4 out of 5 find it to actually be therapeutic, and 53% say it's rewarding.
Who are these people?
I'm curious because you have a massive yard, Alan. Who mows that?
I do.
You do?
Is it therapeutic?
Actually, yeah.
It can be.
Yeah, I would say it is.
It can be.
Yeah.
I like to stick it to my neighbors by bucking the trend and having the worst neighborhood in the yard, worst yard in the neighborhood.
Chuck just removed all his grass.
Yeah. I don't. I try to keep at least the front yard looking good, but my backyard's just gone haywire this year.
Just planted dandelions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
he just poisons everything and then paints the ground green.
Yeah.
They do that in Arizona.
Last year I actually put in an underground sprinkler system in my backyard.
Yeah.
And then the first time I used it, one of the sprinklers got stuck where it was spraying our bedroom window and waking us up in the morning. So I just turned them off and never have gone back and fixed it. It's a good thing I spent all that money last year.
Didn't we cover procrastination this morning?
We did.
We'll get to that later.
All right. Chuck wins. All right. Laughter is the best medicine. New study from neuroscientists in Switzerland reveal that positive human sounds like laughter have a strong impact when they come from the left side of the listener's brain. That's why we only listen to Alan with one headphone on.
You keep playing me in the mono. You guys get stereo, I get mono.
Study conducted brain imaging scans on 13 volunteers while they listened to sounds from different directions and has observed that regions of the brain involved in early sound processing exhibit maximum activation when positive vocalizations came from the left side. So laughter is contagious for most of us, and it can improve short-term memory in older adults, Alan. Humor can also contribute to group bonding and may have been important in the evolution of highly social humans.
So how do you know if laughter's coming from the left?
See, I take this earbud off and you giggle in my left ear, and it makes me feel all happy and warm. Yeah.
Well, lucky for me, I'm deaf in my right ear.
What?
Yeah, that's why everything's funny to me.
Nice.
Chuck.
Yep.
No, it's Alan. It's Alan.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
An Australian woman named nothing, was fired from her insurance company job after keystroke technology revealed that she wasn't typing enough while working from home. Australia's Fair Work Commission rejected her unfair dismissal application, stating that she was fired for valid reason of misconduct. Big brother.
Because she wasn't typing enough. That's where that's where the whole like just sit there and type and don't actually do anything.
Right?
Yeah. And buy stuff from Scott's website. This one, an 88-year-old woman from South Haven, Mississippi, has retired from Walgreens after working for the company for 67 years. Melba Russell, that's a very Mississippi name, isn't it? Melba Russell, I love it. She started working at Walgreens in Memphis in 1956 when she was 19 years old. In May, she retired from store number 3013 in South Haven at the age of 88 years young. She celebrated her 89th birthday on yesterday.
Wow.
Happy birthday, Melba.
Yeah. Sad part of this story, 67 years, she was never promoted.
She's still an ensign.
All right. A recent study has found that walking could extend your lifespan. Study analyzed data from over 100,000 participants and found that those who walked more steps per day had a lower risk of mortality. However, the optimal number of steps for health benefits still unclear. So stay seated.
Yes.
Yes. Study found the benefits of walking were consistent across all age groups, genders, and body mass indexes. Study found the risk of dying from any cause or from cardiovascular disease decreases significantly with every 500 to 1,000 extra steps you walk.
Well, what do they consider an extra step?
How many steps to the refrigerator?
7.
Wow, you have a close refrigerator.
Yeah. But if you want to do those suggested 10,000 steps a day, you're going to need to go back and forth from the fridge a lot.
Right. Maybe I just had a long stride.
Challenge accepted.
Let's see. Back to, was that me? Back to Alan.
Yep. A woman shared on the subreddit 2X chromosomes that she recently started applying for jobs and noticed a pattern when it came to getting responses from hiring managers. She created a fake male resume to prove that she was being passed over because of her gender. On the resume, she put down her same years of experience but didn't include any of her certifications or other details that would give away her gender. She received more job offers with the fake male resume than with her real one. It's not the first time such an experiment has been conducted. In 2017, researchers created more than 40,000 fake resumes that were identical except for age and gender and submitted them online for more than 13,000 job openings across 12 cities. The study found that younger workers and men were more likely to get callbacks than older workers and women.
It's horrible. Horrible.
That does seem rather unfair.
Yeah. Wow. The next one. This is a big milestone we've reached. Credit card debt in the U.S. has reached $1 trillion for the first time ever. Yay.
That's horrible.
It is horrible.
That is.
All right, last one here. NASA's James Webb Telescope has captured an image of a question mark-shaped object in deep space. The object appears hidden in an image of two young stars devouring gas and dust. It could be two galaxies colliding, interacting, and distorting each other. James Webb Telescope is NASA's largest, most powerful space science telescope, launched on December 25th, 2021. It is currently 1 million miles away from Earth.
That's not gas and dust. It's just Alan eating deviled eggs.
Deviled eggs.
No, I think they created the question mark because they want to know why we're staring at them.
I think it's some kind of sick joke.
Who are you looking at?
All right. Let's wrap this show up and get Alan off to work.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid. You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
Always kick it off with the news attack. First sentence true, second sentence bad joke. Alan Maloney up first.
So the James Webb Space Telescope has captured an image of what appears to be two galaxies colliding and collecting each other's insurance information.
Yeah, but they were they colliding or were they dancing?
Right.
Dancing.
We'll never know.
All right. Russia floating a plan to build a village for conservative Americans who are tired of progressive ideas in the U.S. Have you tried their winter? That's not a village, it's a penalty box.
It's also the first time I've ever heard of someone wanting to move to Russia for the freedom.
Wow.
Chuck.
So, so you hear this plan that Russia's planning to build this village for conservative Americans. It's the first... Oh, Alan already did that. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, we've moved on.
According to the research, see if I'd have paying attention, I'd know. The American diet is unsustainable for the planet. Yeah, it requires too much land to raise our livestock. Plus, this really difficult finding people to work that overnight shift in McDonald's.
True story.
Yeah.
Wow. Chuck, I think you were procrastinating again.
I was. I wasn't reading.
In a survey of adults, over a third of people questioned pick their nose more than 5 times a day, and 34% ate what they picked. Who does that?
That is disturbing.
Depends on what kind of leftovers you find.
34%.
That's a lot.
That is. It's huge. I can't believe that. I'm gonna be like Alan and be invisible and start watching what people are doing.
Right. These are the same people that ate paste in kindergarten.
Oh. Or the next time you're driving and you see like somebody picking their nose as you're passing them, back off and get behind them and watch and see if they eat it.
Gross.
I'm sorry. Other 2/3 support a catch and release strategy and only ate the ones that were fully grown.
I'll come back for you when you're ripe.
How long does it take to grow one of those? And what's the season?
You got to wait all day so they really build up.
Nice.
Do you have to punch your tag?
It helps if you're doing drywall.
Yeah.
Or concrete.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or mowing.
Either way. Mowing, yeah. A study found that when it comes to exercise, men are definitely stronger and faster, but women have far more stamina. Well, everybody already knows that. That's why they have all those chairs at the mall, so that the husbands will have somewhere to catch their breath.
Have you ever seen these husband daycare centers that some malls have now?
No, but it sounds amazing.
They have like recliners and big screen TVs with sports playing and
beer.
Beer would be a bonus.
That would be a big bonus.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
Let's see how long it takes Chuck to figure out it's his turn.
It is my turn right now. I was waiting for the sound effects, Scott.
7 seconds.
Researchers discovered that the deadly venom of the Australian tiger snake hasn't changed in 10 million years. But how could they possibly know that? And what'd they do? Find a copy of the original recipe?
Wow. Wow. How do they know that?
Yeah.
I guess if you find one that's 10 million years old.
All right, on to the world of wacky but true. Don't add anything to these stories, but perhaps a movie or a television drop-in. A woman in British Columbia has received more than 50 packages containing women's shoes that she did not ask for and does not want. Really, a woman that doesn't want 50 new pairs of shoes?
I mean, I would take 50 new pairs. I don't know about women's shoes, but I would like that.
You wouldn't care.
They'd go along with the other 50 pair of women's shoes that you already have.
Right.
The shoes were sent by people across North America who intended to return them to the Amazon seller, with each box containing a return authorization slip to her address. While she has not determined an exact cause, the woman suspects her residence is being used as a return address for sellers or third-party handlers to dump their unwanted products. I'd like to be that lucky.
Right?
All right. She started to give away Chuck shoes at her workplace and to Goodwill.
Those are mine. Give them back.
Yes. Oh, look at you, Chuck.
Where did you get that dress? It's awful, and those shoes and that coat. Jeez.
Oh, jeez.
I would go into the shoe business. Just call me El Bundy.
You know, and Chihuahua needs a shoe store.
We do. We do.
Yeah.
Chuck's Discount Shoes.
And carpet.
Yeah. Okay.
Sounds like some competition, Alan.
Right?
You could give me all your scraps.
I've got some retail space I'll sell you.
Yeah, I'll just sell shoes and old carpet scraps.
Yeah.
Leftovers.
Nice.
That'd be great.
A newly hired driving instructor crashed their car into a driving school in Lakewood, Colorado. The incident occurred on the instructor's second day on the job. There was only one minor injury reported. The owner of Community Driving School, Steve Roman, stated that the driver is no longer employed at the school.
Oh.
Sounded like
Here's what he had to say after the accident.
Maybe I could learn how to be a truck driver.
He was just trying to establish a track record.
Then there's this guy in Finland that reportedly stored 26.5 pounds of dynamite in 2 cars belonging to a friend, saying it was a joke. The owner of the 2 cars obviously didn't see it as funny and informed the police, who briefly detained the potential prankster. He was eventually freed, but remains a suspect. He did admit to placing the explosives in the cars, but said he didn't intend to blow them up. The police have ruled out any possible terrorist intent.
Wow.
Let it go! You've called out the thunder. Now get ready for the boom! Gaze into the face of fear. boom, baby!
That is not a funny prank.
No, sounds like it could have been an explosive situation.
Well, why did they release him?
Who knows?
Wow.
Wow.
It's okay. I was just kidding. Just kidding, guys.
All right, here's another fun one. Iranian doctors removed 3 pounds of heroin from the stomach of a 23-year-old man who swallowed the drug in Pakistan, hoping to sell it in Europe. Man underwent a 2-hour hospital operation when the 100-plus packets of heroin lodged in his abdomen and caused severe pain. I don't think that's where they actually lodged, but okay. All right. I got this.
What's me big dysentery? Oh, it's some kind of infection in your tummy where you get diarrhea forever. Diarrhea forever? Yeah, your body dries up and you die. No. You die?
Yeah.
No. No.
Forever.
If you guys ever seen that viral clip of the news reporter standing out, I don't know if it was like from Drug and DEA or something, but they're burning this pile of drugs. And like he's inhaling the fumes, and he gets really high
it was a big
on
weed
it.
bust. I remember that. Yeah,
and he can't finish his broadcast. That's my favorite clip ever.
Alan says, "I want to be there."
I'll do the news.
That was Alan's yard this morning before he came in today.
This morning.
That's like when I fainted donating blood when she showed me the bag, and I was broadcasting live.
Oh,
Did
no.
you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Totally passed out. And I come to with like 12, people at the blood center tapping my face like, oh my God, we killed the DJ.
And you were still on air.
That's the best part.
Wow. Bummer. I think we took too much out, fellas.
Get the paddles.
In Hong Kong, a fruit vendor had to be taken to the hospital after she fainted while chasing a man in a gorilla suit who had stolen a bunch of bananas from her. The gorilla stunt was for a reality show. The fruit vendor was okay, and the man in the gorilla suit promised to send her some flowers.
Oh,
wow.
So sweet.
Wow.
Huh.
I remember. So, Bobby, did they ever catch that gorilla what escaped from the zoo and punched you in the eye?
The taxi downstairs.
You might be interested to know the cab driver just proposed to me. And as soon as the meter hits $10, I'm accepting.
I pulled the chuck. That wasn't supposed to air.
Oh, I do that all the time. I'm not supposed to air either.
We will give you the last story, though.
Yeah, a crank caller in the UK was arrested after dialing the emergency number to complain about being overcharged by a taxi driver. The man, I see where the sound effect came from, Scott.
He gets it now.
How quickly he puts two and two together.
The man who made a second call pretending he was going to set himself on fire was fined after 2 police cars, an ambulance, and a fire engine were sent to his home.
All right, this will make more sense now, won't it?
The taxi downstairs.
You might be interested to know the cab driver just proposed to me. And as soon as the meter hits $10, I'm accepting.
Yeah, well, you're going to smell like a cab driver. Not to say that that's bad.
All right, that's our show for today. Big thanks, Chuck Ritchie, Al Milani, and maybe even me, Scott.
Yay! Especially you, Scott.
All right. Now, I know, Chuck, you brought up at the before we go, and Alan, if you need to take off to work, that's cool. But I know, Chuck, you were mentioning we missed some big events that are coming our way for the city of Chihuahua. Do you have those handy, since we don't have a show tomorrow morning?
Yes, I do. So the Valley Community Fair is this weekend. That is, oh goodness, I had it pulled up and I accidentally closed it. That is the 11th and the 12th. It runs from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. There's going to be vendors, cakewalk exhibits. There's a parade on Saturday at noon. There's also going to be a fun run. They're going to have music and a pie contest and all the good fair stuff.
All right. That starts tomorrow. Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. No, it starts, oh yeah, it does. Yes, you're right.
It does start tomorrow.
Friday and Saturday. I was thinking it was Saturday and Sunday. Ooh,
all right.
Okay.
And then you had something about the tickets were on sale now, and there's a limited supply, I know, for Taste of Chihuahua put on by the Chihuahua Arts Guild.
Yeah, those tickets are available now. They're available at Valley and Acres Drugs or online at the Chihuahua Arts Guild website. Right. And then also, this one we forgot about, or we missed, or it just appeared on the calendar after we did the show yesterday. On the 12th, on Saturday, is the Courtside 3-on-3 tournament. And that is a nonprofit organization that is working to make the basketball culture in Chewelah healthier.
All right.
And that's going to be a tournament that starts at 8 a.m. The championship matches will start around 5:36, depending on the time.
All right. Yep. And then 10 to 12, you got the Chewelah Valley Animal Clinic drive-through vaccination clinic in Chewelah from 10 until noon on Saturday. Yep. Saturday's going to be a big day. We got the fair in Valley. You got the 3-on-3 tournament here in Chewelah. Very cool.
And then tomorrow, of course, the farmers market is the moment Chewelah has been waiting for with bated breath. It is the zucchini regatta.
Oh, always fun. 11 to 3:30, and they usually do the regatta, I think, closer in the afternoon, closer to closing time.
The great zucchini regatta, and I will be there. KCHW will be there live, doing some field reports throughout the day, giving updates on the big race.
Play-by-play.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Cool.
And I invited Alan to come and stop by and make a special guest appearance and say hi on the air. I don't know if he's going to make it or not, but
I'm not sure.
That'd be cool. Cool.
Maybe we'll call Scott and put him on Zoom. I don't know. I'll already be remoting in, so I don't. That might be hard. We'll try.
All right.
Put him on Zoom.
All right,
on
guys.
Your cell phone and float him down the river in a zucchini.
Ooh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Would you like that?
I got one more sound effect before we go. Everybody wave goodbye.
Goodbye.
This concludes the broadcast from World Control.
Boom, baby! Oh, is that what you want?
Yup!
Because that's how you get ants!
Maybe I could learn how to be a truck driver.
Where did you get that drip? Off on those shoes and that throat.
There seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.